Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash. Right? Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to you, Akim, that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is the brother Zion Amaf from Detroit, Salaki, GMS Detroit, by account. All right. Now we'll do a quick video, dealing with the woman, and her issue, basically her cycle. More so, having relations with the woman while she's on her cycle. That's off. There's laws on that. We're not supposed to be doing that whatsoever for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, you're supposed to, have control over your spirit. This is the place where we're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be trying to keep the laws to the best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that, this is something easily that we can easily control. You just have to, control your spirit and, don't give into that lust. You know what I'm saying? The woman, she's, for 7 days, she's unclean. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, because, you had these women talking about, I only bleed, 3-4 days out the week, so, I'm good. No. The Lord set it up for you to be unclean 7 days. Right, period, point blank, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's off, if you're doing that, and we're not supposed to partake in that, that you're making yourself a, like a heathen unto the Lord, because a lot of these, quiet as kept, a lot of the things that's off in the world, these other nations look at it as if it's, as if it's glory, or it's, it's a righteous thing. But anyway, this video I'm doing was sparked by a video I saw, on World Star, Nigga Star, and I'm gonna just play the clip, and I'm gonna get in some scriptures, and I'm gonna close out. All right, I'm gonna play this video right quick. Come on.
Look, handle your business, nigga. You want me to hand wash that shit? Yeah, I do. Because I know you. That's not my fucking problem, nigga. I didn't decide to fuck no bitch on her period, nigga. Get your ass in there and handle this shit. She handling it right now? I don't know why. That nigga's crazy. That nigga's crazy. I'm sorry. Alright, let me find this. Let me get this. Huh? Let me get this. I know what's gonna go down. Okay, let me get this. Stupid bitch, nigga, clean this shit up, nigga. Clean this shit up, bitch. But what you looking at me like that for? Alright then, nigga, clean that shit, blood. Move all you back and forth, nigga. Gangsta. Clean that shit. You smell like it.
How you doing?
Oh shit! He said, how you doing? You a womanizer. That's sick, bitch. You a motherfucking womanizer.
So that's the point, That shit is off, wicked, it's unclean. So now, and so, it's in the title, it said, shaking my head, referring to Jake, like as if he, I don't know, as if he did something wrong, but that's just the fury of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Hey, to chastise that bitch, to check that bitch for doing that nasty ass shit, you know what I'm saying? You up here bleeding, you know what I'm saying? And then, you bleeding and you up here having relations with this woman. That's nasty as all hell. And it festers, diseases and whatnot. Germs and shit, bacteria, That shit, that's not the way to go, bro. Not the way to go, So, I'm gonna get the scripts on that, because basically, now that she's on her cycle, you know, this chick, everything she touches is unclean. If you were to sit anywhere, you know, that this woman sits, you know what I'm saying, and she on her cycle, like she's, you know, you unclean. You know what I'm saying? That's why, it's, you know, America, Babylon the Great is such a wicked place because, you know, they sell these goddamn, you know, pads and tampons and shit, you know, and bitch, you know, stuff the shit in her vagina and go about her way as if, you know, as if nothing's going on. You know what I'm saying? You working, you know, you work, go to school, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know, on your day-to-day, and you might be dealing with a woman, you know what I'm saying, you sitting somewhere, you know, this woman may have been on her cycle, you know what I'm saying, and that's off, that's unclean as fuck in the eyes of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, in the eyes of the elect, shit. But let me get the scripts on that. This is Leviticus, all right, 15, I'm gonna start at 19. It says, and if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening. Okay, so see, the bitch that was on her cycle, she was supposed to not even be, you know, having this, wasn't even supposed to be having sex, you know, with the old boy, one, and now that old boy that, you know, touched her, had sex with her while she was on her cycle, like he's unclean as well, you know, until the next day, at evening, all right? And everything she done touched is unclean, you know? The sheets, the mattress, all that shit. You gotta burn that shit, you know? That shit is filthy. And it says, and everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until even. You see that? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in a righteous society, you know, see, we were able to do this, you know, in our early days, you know, when we were young as a nation, you know, that we can put the woman off in another, you know, tent, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, when we were in rulership, you know, under King David, under King Solomon, you know, we had, you know, riches to where, you know, we can put them off in another, you know, wing of the castle or your house, you know, wherever, you know, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? You can put her away where you wasn't sleeping together in the same bed. But in this society, you know what I'm saying, if you know, with a woman, you know, y'all live in the same house, you married or whatever, you know what I'm saying, if this woman have that cycle, you know, unfortunately, you know, you still gotta lay in the same goddamn bed with this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now you should know, as I'm going through, you know, you can't touch her, you can't do nothing, but it's just, you know, it's set up like this, you know, we taking the low right now, you know, Jake, you know, is in a want of all things, so he can't afford like an extra bed or extra house, apartment, to where, you know, during this time, she can, you know, be put away. You know, it's just something we gotta, you know, we just gotta take the low on that. But nonetheless, you know, they ain't supposed to be dealing with the woman, you know, on her cycle, and that's the point. All right, it says, and whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the even. And if it be on her bed or on anything whereon she sitteth, when he toucheth it, he shall be unclean until the even. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days. And all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. See, even the man is unclean for 7 days, you know, if he lies with her, which he did. So for a whole week, you know, let's say he had another woman, like he can't even deal with her. You know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, that is a righteous thing. You know, we can have multiple women, you know, in our heritage. That's part of our history. You know, going back to Abraham, you know, Jacob, you know, King David, Solomon, so on and so forth, you know. We had multiple women, hey, just for reasons like this. If the bitch on her cycle, okay, I'm gone. We put you away, I can go on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? It says, and if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. So even if she bleeding over that week, hey, she can't come back, into the camp, into the circle, or you can't deal with her until, she's done, done with that issue, done with that bleeding, that cleansing process. Because that's all it is, it's just a cleansing process, It says, every bed whereon she lieth all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation. And whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean, as the uncleanness of her separation. And whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the even. Like I said before, dealing with these women, they get it set up, where women is in rulership, that Queen of Heaven spirit. So, it's like, wow, let's say y'all might be sharing a car. The bitch on the cycle, she go to work in the day, you go to work in the evening, you can't even drive the damn car because this bitch is on her cycle, you know what I'm saying, while she going to work. Just little things like that, it's like, we got to get the hell out of here, It says, but if she be cleansed of her issue, that she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons, and bring them to the priest, to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her before Yahweh for the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, when they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law of him that have an issue, and of him whose seed goeth from him, and is defiled therewith, and of her that is sick of her flowers, and of him that have an issue of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean. That's the law on that, man. And, we can't add or take away from the word, so, it is what it is, as they say, There's no exceptions, to this truth. So there's no excuses you can make, Like I say, this is something we can easily do, all right, as far as keeping the laws to the best of our ability, and it strengthens our spirit, it helps us to be heightened in the spirit, because if you can overcome simple things like this, Lord willing, you'll progress in the word, you'll have, how can I just say, you'll have, you're applying, knowledge, therefore, which is wisdom. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. So, the more you, apply the words of the Lord, the more you'll grow thereby. So, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to you, Akim, that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Shalom.